What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the Aces High podcast. We're your hosts, Mariah and Ty. Ty, happy Monday. How you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good. It is a happy Monday. Life as well.
Victory Monday feels great, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously, there's no WNBA. We're not victorious over there anymore. Whatever. But 49ers wise, it's Victory Monday for us. Can't wait to get all into that tomorrow. But today we're going to go through a few things. Before we get into anything, like real, I want to pull up something because, it's big news yesterday that Dwayne Wade was getting his statue revealed, had like a whole, his friends, I'm guessing,
Yep.
family,
The
whoever
whole
there.
ceremony. Yeah.
This whole big box blows up, comes down, expecting this fabulous statue to be there, and there was a statue there.
Yeah.
I don't know who it really was of, because whoever it was wasn't there. Like, I don't know who that person is. So, like I put out a tweet earlier. I think it was Miss Gina. She had shared somebody's Hall of Fame.
Ed Reed.
Yeah, Ed Reed's Hall of Fame bust statue,
Yeah.
and that thing looks identical. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen one that looks that like
A bust that accurate.
like wow. There's even a picture of him like right next to it, and wow. Like, because normally I'm always very like I'm questioning those as well, because it's just always like you guys couldn't do better. So like I had shared her tweet of her, sharing that Ed Reed. And I was like, in the year 2025, can we please do better when it comes to statues of athletes for all sports? Because like, I don't know who the statue makers or whatever their title's called, who they get for these things, but like, you're supposed to be celebrating the athlete at that time. And most time the athlete's just there in shock. And it's just like, I question it, because it's like, how many people seen that statue from the time it gets finished till the time it gets unveiled, revealed, and don't look to think, something just isn't right. No, it goes through all these checks, balances, and everybody check. And Dwayne Wade accepts it, and he even says, "Who is that guy?" Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring up the picture of it, but I bring up all that to say that our power couple, although we already have been knowing and we've seen them out in public hundreds of times already, they were officially together, out as a couple together yesterday at this statue reveal. So, that's why I roundabout way, I brought it all up, because finally we got to see Asia and Bam out together. The night before, she was at Bam's game as well. So, and normally when she's at his game, she tries to hide, like, they always put it on the jumbotron, whatever, oh, this person's here and this celebrity's here and so's here. Like, Asia does her best, like, to stay off of that thing, but they even advertise, showed her up there as being at the game. The Hornets, it was the Hornets that they were playing. They even, their social media page even put her picture up and was like, "Oh, look who's in house," yada yada. So, and then followed by them both being together for the statue reveal. So what are your thoughts on the Dwayne Wade statue as I get these pictures pulled up?
My thought was exactly what you said. My first thought was, how was that approved? How did no one not say anything? Because we are way past the days of like one sculptor just making something and then revealing it to the world. That's not the way it works nowadays, right? You hire a team and they do stuff, and there's people look at it and review it and blah blah blah. And I want to know how no one through the entire process said, "Yo, this is off." Even just the framing of the face, just the shape of it. When they did the shape, because I know they had to start off with the shape somehow, and then chisel in the features. Even when they
Yeah.
did the shape, they didn't go look at the picture. That's the wrong shape. This needs to
Did they even
be
look at a picture?
streamlined. You know what I mean? Like it was like dudes said, "Nah, I got it from memory. I'm good. I'm good. I've been a Heat fan all my life. I'm good. I got this." It was like, yo, what is that? So it's definitely off. Like you said, I think it's one of the like worst ones I think I've ever seen. Um, it's like they kind of blended him and Shaq together or something. It's weird. It's just weird. But like I think if you get a statue of you, like it should represent you. It should be at least close to looking like you. I understand these sculptures are hard and you can't get them exact, but it should just at least be a likeness of you. That is not a likeness of him at all. So it's just whew, I hope they plan on redoing it or reworking it somehow. Something's got to be done.
Even they were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Like like are you seeing this shit? I thought it was just me.
But you see how, like, look, they both had their sunglasses on. They both have the
Mm-hmm.
opposite arm up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like so in sync, these two.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that they're no longer hiding from the world, acting like we're all
Nah.
so stupid.
Yeah.
um, I thought I had saved. Oh, here's the video of them, like the
Of
whole
the
thing,
reveal. Yeah.
smoke and all this.
Yeah. It was a big reveal,
Yeah, and
big
it's just
event.
like
Yeah.
for that.
But then you get to the actual, statue, and it's like a big letdown because it's like, whoa, who that is?
Let's start it over. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be so cool. Fire coming out,
Yeah.
like the heat, right?
Yeah.
It's like he got a fat head on a skinny body.
Yeah. It's just
And he
look like
looks old. He looks older there than what he looks like right now.
I know. It's just
He's
off. And
like,
it's like I
what
said,
the
it's like, yeah, like who did the checks on this? Who who's in charge of quality assurance? What is going on? Nah,
yeah. So I really hope, like there's certain things that you would think as technology gets
did you freeze on me? Did I freeze on you? What happened?
I froze. I think it's
Oh,
me.
you froze.
Let
Well,
me
now you're
fix
back.
this.
That's Robert Ory. It looks
Uh,
like an amalgamation of like 10 different players.
Let me close out
From
and I'll be right back.
okay. It's like from Robert Ory to Yao Ming to Shaq to freaking Penny Hardaway. Like it's everybody. You can't put your finger on it, but it's just definitely off. It is not right. And I know if I was the Heat and I paid for that, I'd be like, you gotta do this over. This ain't right. I need a new one. Cause you totally screwed it up. Now you're in. Nice
All
and clear.
All
There
right.
you go.
Chat, what's up? I forgot to say hello to y'all. What's up? What's up? Hope you guys are doing great. Throwback, what's good? Niakila, what up?
What's
What up?
up?
Don, what's up? What's up to you? Hello to the girls.
Dawn.
Daniel Berry,
What's
what
going
up? What
on?
up? Steve-O. This statue was a bust, I'd say, right? So yeah, I thought, it was nice that we got to see the 3-letter power couple out and about. I really hope that he starts playing better basketball because he has, put up a few stinkers already since the season started, and the blame straight goes to Asia,
Of course.
and it's
You know.
you want to blame her, yet she's the MVP of her league. She wasn't putting up stinkers. So why would it be her fault that Bam is putting up stinkers in his league? Like, that would, probably be a Bam problem, like a Bam issue. A Bam needs to get better. It's not like he was here at the Aces games while Asia was playing. So he should have been practicing wherever he was. So be blaming our girl because her mind's always on the court when needs to be. So he should have held the same standard. Fucking BS. Like, he's too busy with Asia. He's too busy at all her stuff, and it's just like you don't even see him at her stuff. So
exactly. And look at that, all her stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's everything she doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when
right. All right.
Stupid. People are just stupid.
Let's get into this. So a crazy thing, like I even had to text Ty earlier and ask him, like, is this the first time this has ever happened? Because I don't remember ever even hearing about this in an NFL league that's 4 times the size. That they do change coaches like crazy. Like right now, the WNBA currently has 7 head coach openings. 7. In one, like, there might be more. Who even knows? We'll see what happens with Becky and, whatever. But as of right now, and that's with one already being filled. Remember, the Valkyrie's already filled. So had it not, it would be 8. But yeah, 7 openings. So the most recent news. Well, actually, let me get the list pulled up that has all of the, because I don't want to just talk about the most recent one. Although you can go ahead and talk about the most recent one.
Well, the most recent one is the Connecticut Sun parting ways with their head coach. Which is wild. I don't think everyone ever seen that coming. I mean, she's only been there 2 years. So Stephanie White. But she's done such a good job with them. She seems like a natural fit. I think it was just 2 that she's been there.
Wow.
I may be wrong.
That's interesting. No, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just, wow, that's crazy that because she hasn't been terrible or like,
no,
like, we haven't got to the playoffs. We got to get rid of her, like just give her a couple years. Like, I'm surprised it's only been 2 years if that is the case. Wow.
But it's like a real shocker. Like the rumblings started happening. A few days ago, and of course, everyone's rumored that she must be wanting to go back to Indiana because she played at Indiana. She actually coached there for 2 years before coming to Connecticut, and it's funny, fans wanted her out of Indiana back then, but now all of a sudden they want her back once they saw a little something different.
Grass ain't always greener, huh?
Exactly. It's funny, 49er fans talk about that same thing all the time. But
Yep.
anyway, um, so it was that whole thing of this online campaign started to bring her back home, bring her back home. But I didn't think it like Connecticut would let her go because she's such a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
That team has been the top one, two, three teams in the league, for the past 2 years. Um, she seems to fit them, they fit her. I didn't think it would happen, but sure enough, it did. A continuation of this wild offseason with coaching moves. So where she lands next is you never know because now there's 6 other openings and some attractive ones at that. So we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was getting the list together, as of yesterday for the show, and I had saved a tweet that said, "Oh, there's 6, head coach, um, jobs available, and then 2 coming up. So actually 8, if you add in the Toronto and Portland." That's
Mm-hmm.
what the tweet had said,
Exactly.
right? So,
Exactly.
um, I was never expecting that when I log in this morning, whatever this afternoon, whatever, and I log in and I see, the tweet come across from the WNBA or whatever page saying that, she had been let go. And I was just like, wow, like I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, here we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's interesting about the Indiana thing because first of all, good for you, Indiana. Let me just put that out there because, you
The fans
know,
know what they
it
wanted.
was like I've been calling since it was like the 3rd game of the freaking season for sides
Uh-huh.
to be out of Indiana. That's not even my team. I could care less about them. Like I
Right.
want them to lose. Why do I don't want other teams to win, right? But just because I'm a fan of basketball and a fan of players and just a fan of the women in this league in general, um, like I just don't want to see talent get wasted on
Mm-hmm.
coaches that don't deserve to be coaching that talent,
Yeah.
that level of talent, especially. Like there's a lot of talent on the Indiana team, even just in 2 players. And then you add in, all the rest.
Yeah.
Um, for it to just, go down the shitter because you have a brand new coach that wants to not coach to the styles of the players on the team. She wants to coach to her shit, whatever, like this is what we're going to do. I don't care if this is what these players fit or not. And it's just like, you can't do that. Like whatever you're doing needs to be fit exactly for, those players on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, you need to draw exactly that offense up to that fits her to a fucking T. Everything should be fitting through her and AB. And no, you're like doing the weirdest fucking shit. Like I would watch their games and I'm just like, are they coaching themselves? Like, what is even going on? Like,
Uh-huh.
has she coached a basketball game before? Like, what are we watching here? And yes, she did get better as the year went on, right? She learned her players better, her players learned her, etc. That's going to happen, right? But is it because she was actually coaching better, or is it because CC got more comfortable in the league? She got more comfortable playing basketball with her teammates. Everything started to gel. Like that's what I think it is. I don't think it's because Christy Sides all of a sudden learned how to coach the second half of the season. So I just think
Yeah.
hopefully, they make the right choice and actually bring in a better coach that don't make this move seem stupid, right? So now you did the right thing by getting rid of the coach that was there. Now do the right thing of hiring somebody good, right? Like,
Yep.
please, like, don't be wasting this talent. So shout out to them for getting rid of her. So the job openings currently are Indiana Fever, Connecticut Sun, Dallas Wings, Los Angeles Sparks, Washington Mystics, Atlanta Dream, Chicago Sky, and then you got Toronto and Portland. Now,
Yep.
I asked you last week, and we only had, I
I
think, 3
know.
or 4 teams
Yeah,
that we were
3.
talking
Yeah.
about. which one was, like if you were a head coach and had your pick of all those jobs, which one was the most attractive option to you, right? And we went through, we put them in order, we agreed. Now that we'll take this list of 9 teams are sitting here available. Which job is the most attractive?
I'm going to say, I think I'm still going to, I don't know what I said before, but today I'm going to say Los Angeles. One, it's LA, right? Big market location. If you look at their core with, a Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson, Lexi Brown, Ray Burrell, Lee Uru. I'm pretty sure I got that right. I don't want to butcher her name because she's such a great young player. I just think talent-wise, they're a bit deeper than others in their depth, in their youth, and playing in the Fabulous Forum and all that good stuff. There's a bit of nostalgia there. They're one of the original franchises. You can really make your mark if you could bring a championship to LA and all that good stuff. And like I said, it's really just the core.
Yeah.
I think they have a really good nucleus of young players that kind of all found their stride toward the end of the season. Of course, Cameron wasn't there, but she'll be coming back, and she should be fully healthy by the time the season starts. So you add her into the mix. I think you can do some things. Oh, and of course, De'Arica Hamby's coming back. I don't want to leave her out. She's the GOAT veteran of the team. She's the mama bear there, and she leads the charge and galvanizes them. So, like when you look at the totality of the team, I think, and of course, LA, that would be the number one place to go.
Yeah. I actually think the Sun, they got a lot of talent on that team. Now, I don't know just off the top of my head, like who is still under contract. And I'm just going to assume, that their core, I don't know. But, well, actually, I know that AT, they're gone. So
yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, this is why I didn't mention them, because I looked into this. They only have 3 players under contract for next season.
Wow.
Only 3. And we're talking about Marina Mabry, Olivia Nelson-Ododo, and Ty Harris. So Mabry, yeah, starter, but the other 2 are bench players. And other than that, you have no idea what that roster will be going into it.
I'm wondering though, are any of those people or any of those players like restricted, free agents? So most likely, they'll be coming back.
Yeah.
I know for sure though, AT and Bonner, I don't think they'll be coming back. I know that their contracts are up. I know that they're a package deal, most likely wherever they go.
Yeah. They're unrestricted for sure. Yeah.
So Bonner being the oldest player in the league already said that that's with, assuming DT retires. Bonner will be the oldest player in the league. She already said she's not retiring, that she's coming back. She wants to play. They want to play together. So any team taking on, it's like, yeah, you get the benefits of DT, but now you have an older, slower Bonner, and it's like, are you going to be able to get her to come off the bench? Probably not, and it's just like, so, right. They're probably better off actually, with those 2 moving along.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering though, like if Carrington, is she restricted? Like what her deal is, because if they find a way to be able to keep her,
Right.
and then depending on what their draft pick situation, they could still be in a good situation over there.
Yeah. She's restricted.
Okay, so
She's only been in the league 3 years. Yeah. So she's restricted.
So that's good.
Yeah. So they can retain her, but then it's like, all right, what else we doing?
Fitting pieces around.
You know what I mean?
Take Kia Stokes. They could take Kelsey Plum.
Didn't even hesitate there. Look
I'll help them out.
You see that, folks? You see that?
I mean, we don't have a GM right now, so let me work my magic while we're GMless.
You need to type up your resume and apply for the position.
So looking at the other teams, obviously Indiana Fever, right? You got CC. What's that? Oh, I can draw a blank on her name. The little blonde girl. Remember we were bitching because sides wouldn't play her.
Hall.
Yeah. So you'll have her. Another thing that sides why she pissed me off because she kept her freaking hidden on the bench for half the fucking season when she could have been in there helping them. Like, so stupid. And everybody was building that,
from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously AB. And then, so even just with those three, let's say you bring back nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a good 3 right there to start building around, a young, strong 3 to add, I don't know what their, obviously I don't know what anybody's really draft pick situations looking like just off the top of my head. But there's going to be, it's not just the teams with coaches that's going crazy right now. Like, there's going to be, I think, a lot of movement in the league overall. A lot of players have only been signing 1-year deals and will continue until the what's that thing?
The CBA.
Yeah, CBA is figured out. And so I think, I mean, that's an attractive job, but like I said, you have to have a strong coach too that's going to be able to, deal with CC's personality, be able to, and like I said, coach that team tailored to when you got a strong player with such, like, it reminds me, of the Warriors with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry. Like, Warriors fans get so pissed off at Steve Kerr year after year after year, right? Like the same thing with 49ers. Fire Kyle. Everything time something goes wrong with the Warriors, it's fire Steve Kerr, right? But I think that Steve Kerr, he knows exactly what to do to make a short ass Steph Curry work in this league, and not only work in the league, excel to such a high level, change the fucking game. Like, that wasn't just a Steph Curry thing. He had a coach that was willing to not put Steph, like, you have to play like these guys or else you're not going to get playing time. Could you imagine had he had a coach like that? We wouldn't even know who Steph Curry was. Like, and yet, no, he had a coach that was like, okay, this is your game. This is your style. This is what you do best. Even though the rest of the league ain't doing this shit, we're going to do it. And they did, and changed the freaking game. Like, that's the type of coach you need to get in there at Indiana. A coach is going to take CC. You have, a player that people are saying we haven't seen a talent like this for however long, since Candace Parker came out, whatever. So you need to coach her up and get the most out of her that you can. Like, don't waste this talent. Don't fucking let it waste. Like, so many times. And that's why I keep bringing this up, is because year after year in this league, especially with there only being a handful of teams at times, right? We have seen so much talent just get, like, wasted away because either the girls come into the league and there's not enough roster spots for them. So, it's hard to make the team. So the talent just gets thrown off without anybody ever even seeing what they can do. Like, players are getting drafted, and then within the first couple weeks, whenever the first, cut down day is, it's like they get thrown out and
they're gone.
Okay, nobody ever sees them again. It's like, oh, that's that girl playing there in China. Remember, she
Yep.
got drafted to the league 6 years ago. Like, I've been
Mm-hmm.
wondering what she's doing, and it's just like, or you have these stars, they do make the team, right? And then you have a shitty coach or a GM that's not willing to put pieces around them. You have shitty facilities, just, and the talent just is there fucking wasted. They never win championships. They're just going from shit team to shit team, like, and it's just a shit time to be in the friggin' WNBA, even though they could technically say, yeah, I made it, but did you really?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's very important that these teams, get, and especially, ones with these young talents in there, get the right coaches in there. Don't just, because this guy is this and that and he's done this, and like, please get the freaking right coaches in there.
Exactly.
Like we don't need no girl dad that's never fucking coached before, and
I know, right?
just because you think he's somebody.
He's a good guy. Yeah. No. Don't do that.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and it's a point where the league is hitting a pinnacle, right? It's growing at an exponential rate. This is the time to strike. The iron's hot. You want to get this right, and you want to get it right now. You don't want to miss the boat. So it's extremely crucial. And like you said, the most important thing is you want to foster this talent. You got an influx of young talent here. There's more coming in. So not only do you want to foster the current talent, you want to have someone in place that's going to foster all this youth that's going to come in. And there's a wave coming. So you definitely want the right person in place. We got a question from Steve-O. Love it.
Yep. So Steve-O says, what was the CBA thing? They want more TV money or something. You want to talk on it? You can speak on it if you want.
Yeah. Okay. It's just real simple. Like every other league, the WNBA has a collective bargaining agreement between players and the league. It was up for a vote to either automatically renew it or opt out of it. The players chose to opt out of it. Why they chose to opt out of it? Like all players do, money is involved, but more benefits for players is involved and a whole bunch of other things. Speaking of money, TV money, since you spoke on it, the league just signed a new TV deal. So there's millions coming in. And as we know, the WNBA doesn't split revenue equally like the NBA does. Like I saw an estimate, they get like 15 to 20%. That's it.
Yeah.
So with this opt-out, they now can go to the negotiating table and say, hey, you got this huge influx of money. We deserve more of the revenue share, as it should be. Yeah, exactly. Like the share is non-existent. And like I mentioned on our very first episode, it's not just the revenue share, it's other things like jersey sales. Right now, no player makes a dime from a sale of their jersey. This is something they could come back to the table with and say, hey, we deserve something from our jersey sales. These jerseys are selling out. Give us a cut. It helps with our revenue. It helps us earn a living. So, yeah, the numbers are staggering. And the numbers will never be the same because the NBA makes,
so much more
10,
money.
20, 50, 100 times more, right? But just in terms of the sharing of the pool, that's what they're opting out for. And like with this huge, I think they're making 200 million a year from the TV contract right now. In 3 years, they get to renegotiate that. So that 200 million can now jump up to maybe 500 million or 600 million. So they definitely want to make sure that they're getting their equal share of what's coming in.
Yeah. Attached with this is WNBA average viewership. And people talk about that, this year, 2024, brought all the growth of the game because of CC and Angel, right? But people that have been watching and really know the WNBA have been knowing that the growth of the game has already been on an incline. This chart right here only goes up to 2023. So as you can see in the far column, let me get it out of blur here. Hold on.
There you go. Well, it was there for a second.
Come on.
But you see that far right column, that jump.
Yeah.
Right? You see the past 2 years, you see in the red, that's that COVID year, but then it went up, then went up. Now we got a spike.
Yep.
And you always want to make sure you capitalize on a spike, just like every other business does.
Exactly. And this was 2022 was 379,000. At 2023, 505,000. So could you imagine what, if this continued on and actually showed what 2024 was like? That's going to be a significant
that's going to be a bigger that's going to be a much bigger spike this year. As everyone know, across the board, there's been a much bigger spike in everything. So, and like that spike is going to continue. Like, and we talked about it. There's stars in college, like a Paige Beckers, a Juju Watkins, a Hannah Hidalgo. They're all coming.
Yep.
And all of their millions of fans and all of their fandom, they're all coming with them. So there's going to be even bigger spikes coming down the road. So yeah, if I'm a player and I see all this coming and I'm like, hey, you got to make sure we get some of that.
Yeah.
Don't say you're not making money when we clearly see you are making money. When a third round rookie reserve player, Kate Martin, has the hottest selling jersey in the league, we know you're making money. You can't hide behind it anymore. So thus the opt-out.
Yeah, so we'll find out whenever they get it figured out, what's going to happen. But yeah, so players have been, just signing the ones that, have enough say in what's going on, the vets and whatnot, like Satu Sabali, for example. She's just been signing 1-year deals. Because why are you going to sign this big contract when in a couple years you could sign a big contract,
a much bigger contract.
So they're doing what they need to do to,
take care of themselves as they should. For years, the league is at the upper hand.
Yep.
Now it's time to flip that. And they're not even trying to flip it. They're just trying to say, hey, let's keep it even and be fair.
Yeah. So we talked about the head coach openings. A couple of days ago, the Las Vegas Aces announced that they were parting ways with their GM, Natalie Williams. A statement was put out by Nikki Fargas that says, "We are incredibly grateful for Natalie's invaluable efforts in helping build the Aces into the premier franchise in the WNBA. Her time with the organization extends back to the league's formative years in Utah, and she will forever be a part of our history, having left an indelible mark as both a player and an executive. We wish the best for Natalie and her family." Natalie says, "It has been a joy and honor to serve as general manager of the Las Vegas Aces. Winning 2 WNBA championships with this incredible group of players and staff has been a dream come true. I want to thank Mark Davis and the Aces organization for the incredible opportunity to help lead this franchise. I love the WNBA, and it has been wonderful watching the growth of the game. I'm looking forward to what lies ahead." So, lots to unpack here.
Girl, you talked about it. You said changes are coming. Go ahead, talk about it.
I was expecting this change to happen. I wasn't thinking it was going to happen so this quick, but I'm glad because now that gives you the opportunity to get first choice of whoever you want. Yeah, I said chains were coming, and you know, when speaking about that specific thing with, you know, as in regards to Natalie Williams, I just didn't like, yeah, you know, she can now have on her resume that she was a GM of a team that won 2 championships. But those that know, what did you actually do? Because you could have came in and been gung-ho and done, yeah, great things to get the ball rolling, all fine and dandy. But especially at least the last season, like, you know, and even the season before that we won the championship, there were glaring needs, glaring weaknesses, and we're going into the season without these needs even being like, you're not even attempting to make an effort to fix them. So you have the best player in the WNBA on your team, and you don't think that you should be doing whatever you can to make sure, again, that you're taking advantage of the talent that you have before that talent's too old, before that talent's no longer here. The fact that you give her a broken down, you know, no disrespect to Kia, but a broken down Kia as her big this season was a fucking disgrace. Disgusting. Like, Kia was coming back from injury that you probably made her rush back from because there was nobody else. Nobody else. You had a freaking Meg that didn't do shit. Like, that was your bigs. Like, come the fuck on. You know, you got a Tiff Hayes this season who Becky came out and said herself that she had to call up and go get.
Her and Chelsea.
You had a Alicia Clark that came to the team a couple years ago that it also came out that Becky had to call and go get. You had a Candace Parker that came to the team that Chelsea Gray had to get. So it's like, what are you doing? You know, like, besides sitting there eating fucking bonbons. Like, you know, it's the WNBA season, and you're too worried about going to, you know, your kids' basketball games and all this other stuff, which, okay, if you're going to be a mom, go be a mom. Don't be a GM of a WNBA team that plays basketball the same time as your kids. Like, you can't be both places at once.
Yeah. Everyone else is making the sacrifice. So why aren't you? That's the biggest thing. But like Mariah said, if you look at the moves that were made, they were made by others.
That bitch got me so pissed, I closed out of here.
I know. Shut down.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm out of here too.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and it's like the Hamby situation, I keep coming back to this. Like, yeah, Hamby can blame, you know, everything on Becky because Becky was a messenger. She's the one there having the back and forth with Hamby. But Becky can't just make those decisions on her own. Becky can't just say, I'm trading Hamby and I don't want her here because of this. And this is no. Like, you know, so many times we have the saying, don't shoot the messenger. Like,
right. Exactly.
Like, yeah, Becky could have some doing in it, right? Like, it's going to come out when it comes out.
Absolutely.
We'll know.
Yeah.
But we can't just from Hamby saying, oh, well, Becky emailed me this or Becky texted me that. Well, she was the person communicating. That was the direct line of communication for Hamby. So anything that Becky's being told from her boss, you need to tell Hamby this, you need to do this, you need to do this.
she's going to execute it.
Yeah, like she has to do what her boss is saying, and this is her boss.
Right.
Like, there's a reason this lady ain't coming back. You're not just, you didn't
Mhm.
just win 2 championships and your boss says, oh, no, we don't want you to come back. Regardless of this list that I have right here of shit she didn't do right. You don't win 2 championships, even if you got carried to those 2 championships, at the GM of a team in the WNBA, and your boss says, we don't want you back.
Right. Yeah. I know some internal stuff going on in there. I'm not even going to speculate on. I'm going to wait till it comes out. But my biggest thing is you hit the nail on the head. It was like, so in putting this team together, you see that the coach did this and the coach did that. And then the point guard did this and the point guard did that. And it was like, wait a minute, what'd you do? And then as we look at this season, we talked about it from game 1. They need just another big out there. They need this. And everyone saw it because other people started talking about it. It's like, what did you do to rectify it? What, like this should have been done in May.
Sign a big to 7 days and then kick them off the team.
Sign a big and kick them off immediately, and don't even bring in another one. You just, all right, I'm done. And then 2 months later, you know what? Let's sign another one.
And then in the draft, they drafted the shortest player in the draft.
Yeah. And I get that. You might have needed some outside shooting, whatever. There might not have been another big in the draft when you drafted. I get it. But there's tons of free agents out there that you could have picked up. Like, and during the season, you could have picked some up. So what had happened? Is like you can always bring players in to try them out, work them out, etc. And there was none of that. We never heard this person came for a tryout. This person came to work out with the team, etc. You heard none of that. It was like, oh, we're going to sign Jessica Carter. 7 days later, she's gone. Then we hear nothing until 2 weeks to go in the season or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, oh, we're signing Queen Egbo. Where was
you
that?
should have done that from the beginning.
Exactly.
So at least she could have had playing time,
And think about this. They had an Olympic break with a whole month off. And that whole month off, you could have been strategizing and making moves and scouting players and bringing them in and all that stuff. And none of it happened.
That bitch wasn't doing nothing but eating bonbons. The whole month.
So yeah, I'd be looking for someone else too at that point, right? Ugh.
Yeah. What direction do you think that they should go? Any ideas?
I have no idea. I have none. I'm sure there's plenty of qualified people out there. I'm just hoping they'll get someone who's active and will make moves that need to be made when they need to be made, right? If you see, Key is hurt, we got no other big out there, right? Meg is 6'3", 6'4", but she's more of an outside 6'3", 6'4" right now. Like, we need someone who can rebound and block and do those things. Let me go find somebody, right? Our point guard is hurt. We need another guard. Let me go find somebody, right? Your head coach and your hurt point guard shouldn't be on the phone. Hey, what's going on, homie? Yeah. We could use you. Come on down. And then you go to the GM. I just called my friend. They coming. Mm-hmm. Nah, it should be the other way around, right? They should be the other way around. So yeah, just bring in somebody active that's going to get the job done.
What direction do they normally go? Not just the Aces, but WNBA teams when they're looking for GMs. Do they promote from, like, is there assistant GM position, or do they bring people from the NBA? Like, how do they normally fill these GM spots?
They normally look around the league at like there are like assistant GMs, or there'll be different roles like director of basketball, things like
Right.
that. Like they always have these weird titles, but they always scout you know talent around the league and around the NBA as well, and they'll pick a person to come in, interview them, and promote. That's the way it normally goes. Most of the time, they do look around the league first because they want someone who knows the league and its players. We're talking about building a team here. So you got to know the league and its players to be able to do that.
Yep. All right. Let me see if I'm able to pull up this video without my stuff going crazy here.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Because there's already too much crazy. Let me see. Oh my God, I just keep seeing all these. Let me show you guys this picture first.
Oh.
All these pictures of the statue. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. That statue is. Oh my gosh. Statue has to be the biggest. Yeah, WTF moment of the week. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that one earlier. I was dying. It's even funny when you blow it up.
Oh my God. Did you see?
Oh,
I don't think
man.
I had saved that one, but did you see the one where the guy's like shooting the basketball and then it had like Dwayne Wade like in front and he's like running from
No.
off the court or something? And oh my God, but it's like the statue for top half of his body. Oh my
No, I
God, I
didn't
gotta
see
find
that
it after
one.
this and
Oh, I
send
gotta
it to you.
find that.
It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So this is what I'm looking for. Okay. This one's so weird. Why it always goes back up to the top? Oh, here's that one I was talking about earlier. Those that hadn't seen
Oh, the
it.
bust. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like you see that, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna think it's freaking
Nobody else. I mean,
yeah,
even
like
the
the most
hair.
random fucking person. It's like,
Right.
what the hell?
Hey,
What up?
I didn't know this
No.
number. Hey,
Wait,
What you doing?
I didn't.
shut up. Okay.
I love these two.
Hey,
What up?
I didn't know this
MVP?
number. Hey,
What you doing?
nothing. I just got out of film. I'm about to head home.
Hey, I got something to tell you. You're gonna win MVP.
Oh,
You're gonna be on the first team
yeah, thank you.
all WNBA, right? Around these parts in South Carolina, you always gonna get #1 votes. So, so when you coming to see us, we need a date. We need a date because your jersey is going to be retired. It's that time. Call this.
You
It's
guys,
all
everyone
this
wants
time.
me to cry today. No way. Oh,
Stop all that crying. We don't listen. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. It's time.
thank
We're happy
you.
for you.
Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, I'm about to cry. Thank you, guys.
All right, hey, congratulations. Love you. We love you.
Oh, love you too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
So I forgot to bring this up last week, but yeah, they had made the announcement that Asia will officially have her jersey retired there in South Carolina, where she already has a statue that actually looks like her, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously we knew that this would someday come, right? Like I'm surprised it actually even took this long, actually.
Yeah.
But congratulations, well deserved. Obviously, she's the GOAT of South Carolina. There's no, with as amazing teams as that school produces, and specifically that coach produces, like, Asia can come and, proudly say that she's the top of the top coming out of there. And, the statue, now the jersey will be retired, the number 22 officially hanging up there. So yeah, well deserved, very well deserved. Thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, so any accolade she gets from that South Carolina is deserved. And like I'm surprised. I was kind of shocked the jersey wasn't retired already. Like, oh, how did I miss that one? But yeah, brought them the first national championship. Was first player, that really put them on the map when Dawn started to rebuild that program. What can you say? South Carolina's her home. She's Queen Asia down there. She deserves it, and she deserves the love. And her and Dawn need their own show.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. Just follow them around. Give me 6 episodes. It's not even a lot. Just give me 6, and I'd be happy with that. But it's much deserved, and like you said, this is the season of crying for her. Everybody's just trying to make her cry, but it shows you the passion and the love, right? And you can feel the love. So I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, Dawn, she's a character. Like with, I swear, nobody traveled around more in the last few months than Dawn Staley. Everywhere. That lady was everywhere. Like I would be trying to calculate, like, how did she even make it from this place to this place in like that short amount of time? Like, does she sleep? Does she eat? Does she live? Like, because she was always somewhere. But yeah, like, and their relationship, like it's like a mother daughter, coach. And even like the family is close. Like that's what I really, and Dawn Staley has talked about that when she's recruiting players, like it's equally important to be recruiting the parents and to know what type of relationship the parents have with the child before just recruiting that child. Because, she talks about that she specifically looks for players that have, if they only have one parent in their lives, fine, but that parents be dedicated into what their child's doing. She looks at the relationship and the respect that the child shows their parents and how that relationship is. Because if they're disrespectful to their parents, she's like, why do I want that kid coming here so they can be disrespectful to somebody that's not their parent, So she like talks about how she spends a lot of time, speaking with the families, getting to know the families, figuring out those relationships before she just recruits students into the school. And, it shows. Like we know the relationship Asia has with her parents is extremely close. And, it's worked. Obviously, they keep winning championships over there in South Carolina. So she must be doing something right.
She's totally doing it right.
She's a dope.
Yeah. Remember that program was not on the map at all. Then she comes from Rutgers and totally turns it around.
Yeah.
Now they're one of the premier schools in the whole country, and everybody wants to go there now. So definitely the GOAT, a legend of the game in all kinds of ways. And don't ask about her coming to the WNBA. She ain't coming. As Mariah just described, she's all about fostering these young women to get into school, get an education, and help them start their journey in life, whether that be WNBA or other things. That's what she's all about.
Yep.
So, and
because she could have had any job she wanted in the W.
She can snap her fingers right now and be like, "All right, bidding war."
She said she wanted to come to the Aces, the coach Asia. Becky will be fired tomorrow.
Like I was just about to say, not just the the job openings right now.
openings.
like all the teams, all 12 teams and the new ones. Like she'll be like, all right, bidding war, who wants me?
Yep.
Pony up.
Yeah.
Some teams will be looking at their current coach like, we got to talk. We can get Dawn or we got to talk. Yeah, this ain't gonna work out. Yeah.
All right. Let me put out the details on this giveaway. So for the Las Vegas Aces rally towel, along with the Jackie Young card combo giveaway, to win this, I will announce the winner next Monday during the show. So you have until then to enter. After this video ends and the comment section is available, not this live chat, but the actual comment section, you have to leave a comment. Let us know your favorite WNBA player and why they are your favorite. So those watching this video right now, those that come back and watch the replay, that's all that you have to do to enter is leave a comment on this video, letting us know your favorite WNBA player and why she's your favorite player. Right. I am too going to be putting out a tweet to send people over here to enter. Those that are entering from Twitter will have to share the tweet and then do the same. Let us know their favorite player and why. So yeah, obviously you guys that are here watching this that aren't on Twitter, you guys don't have to worry about sharing nothing. Just have to comment. Let us know.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, I'll announce the winner next Monday during next Monday's show. And that'll be that. Any closing thoughts, Ty, before we get out of here?
No, this coaching thing is wild. And I'm going to be curious to see where coaches end up. And like some of these free agents, will they want to travel to go join a certain coach somewhere? Like there's intrigue galore with these job openings in the free agents. So yeah, this might be one of the wildest off seasons the league has had in a while, just in terms of movement overall. So strap in, folks. I'm telling you, it's just getting started.
And we are going to be having a guest on the show soon, maybe next week or the following week. I told him to let me know which Monday he's available. But he holds and hosts the WNBA radio show, it's called, on Twitter and on Playback. And he's been doing that for a few years. So we're going to have him join us and talk, women's hoops with us. He is an Aces fan, but he is also I want to say Dallas.
Wings, okay.
Maybe. I think so. And because that's where he's from, so that's his team,
gotcha.
But they're shit. So, he became an Aces fan how many ever years back. And so now he just, claims both. So,
right.
But yeah, he's very, very, very knowledgeable in the WNBA. So I can't wait to have him join us, and drop all his little gems over here. But yeah, hopefully next week. Like I said, I gave him the open invitation. So whatever Monday he can join us, he will be here. Maybe not on video because I don't know how he feels about showing his face on camera. So he might just be, just his voice. But however he wants to do it, he can do it.
There you go. Just join the conversation.
He might not want to know you guys, to know how cute he is. Okay.
Some of y'all are scary anyway. No.
Yeah. All right. We will be back tomorrow to talk 49ers at 3 Pacific time. So make sure if you're a 49ers fan that you come through so we can talk and celebrate the dub. Until then, everybody have a safe and wonderful night. We appreciate everybody that tuned in, that watches on replay, that continues to support us. We greatly appreciate you guys. even though the W season is over, you guys are still here. So we appreciate you guys. Till next time, we're here every Monday, 6 Pacific time. We're out. Bye. Peace.
Yeah.